Skies are blue, suns are shining, the clouds are in the sky. Let's go for a ride. Fuzzy biker here, and we are on this absolutely fabulous Royal Enfield Meteor 350. I put about 100 miles on this thing last night and just had a ball on it. Today we're going to try to do about 200 miles. We're about 60, maybe 60 miles into the day ride. As I got away from my home, you know, 40, 30, 40, 50 miles away, just every mile just gets better. And things I've noticed right off the bat that I want to bring up right away: the comfort. The seat on this Meteor is fabulous. This is a real touring bike. Can you hear the geese? I think I could put 500 miles on this thing in a day. Y'all get on baxtercycle.com, click the contacts, and Jeremy. Say, Jeremy, Fuzzy Biker 500 mile day ride on the Meteor. Other thing I'd like to point out right away, the windshield. This thing is golden. It keeps the pressure off my chest. My helmet is still in the air, so I got good, no buffeting. Last thing we'll talk about here, the pipe and the DNA air filter. They put a special exhaust pipe on it and a DNA intake on it. This bike does have more power than my 350. Anyway, let's keep on it rolling. Wahoo! We have made our way all the way to Woodbury County to the Oak Ridge Conservation Area. Check out this gorgeous tree right here. This is one of my favorite trees on the planet. That's an old oak tree. You got to wonder what that thing is seeing. Absolutely gorgeous. Please notice the absolutely blue skies with little wispy clouds over here there. Gorgeous view out here. Fabulous day. Motorcycle, that's what we're here to look at. I'll start by saying fabulous ride. We've done over 100 miles today, just over 100 miles, 106, 103, something like that. And the last 50 we've been blasting through the Loess Hills of Iowa. That's on the very west edge of Iowa. Just some of the most scenic parts of Iowa. Absolutely gorgeous, twisty, curvy, uppy, downy roads. And this thing has just been eating it up. What a dream bike. This thing does 55 to 65, 70, just like it's just made for it. And with the intake modifications they made on it, Baxter Cycle made on it, and this pipe and this windshield, it's just been a dream. It's just okay. First, what is the bike? It's a 349cc single cylinder, air cooled, oil cooled Royal Enfield Super Meteor. It's got about 20 horsepower. It makes about 20 foot-pounds of torque, about 27 newton meters. By the way, it's a single overhead cam. It has a 5-speed transmission, tubeless tires. What it is an absolutely fun machine to ride. It's just I've been having a ball in it. I have one of these of my own. Mine's the classic model. This is the Meteor model. Baxter Cycle has also put the bags on it. I already talked about the pipe and the DNA air intake system, and of course this windshield. The seat height is about 30 inches or about 375 millimeters. Has a 17-inch tire on the back, 19 on the front, I believe. 300 millimeter disc brake on the front. It's got 41 millimeter tubes with about 5.1 inches of suspension. That's about 130 millimeters. Twin shocks on the back. You can kind of see that there. With about 3.5 inches of travel. That's about 86, 89 millimeters. The bike's a ball to run, just a ball to run. Wheelbase, 55.1 inches. Check it out. That's about 1,400 millimeters. And the wet weight on this motorcycle with a full tank of gas, it holds about 4 gallons or about 15 liters. Wet weight is about 421 pounds or about 191 kilograms. Okay, that's the specs. Who cares, right? That's good to know, but what I wanted you to know about this bike is it's fun. It's just an absolute hoot to ride. I've just been having a ball on it. These bikes, I was talking with some friends of mine. We all have bikes about this size. We want to have what we're going to call a single cylinder or a low displacement motorcycle ride. And if y'all are interested in that, please post below. We're in western Iowa, by the way. These bikes are just a grin. They seem to do everything you want to do. They do it really well. They're lightweight. They're easy handling. In town, in the garage, easiest motorcycle to push out. My 350 is the easiest one to get in and out. Around town, they're superb. On these 2-lane blacktops like this, see the big old curves over yonder and down that way, and they're just made for that. They're just made for that. If you love spending a couple hundred miles on a bike in a day, and today we're gonna have 200 miles. Anyway, this is the motorcycle to have. I did get fuel, and I got 59 miles a gallon, just over 59 miles a gallon. Now I've been heading into the wind for the last 100 miles, so it'd probably get better than that. I have friends that claim they get 80. Now I've never seen that. I think I've gotten like 60s and high 60s on my 350 before. A little more about the add-ons here. These bags, I like those. They latch, they've got Velcro on the sides. You should always have bags at a bike. You got to put your coat and your gloves and things like that. Speaking of gloves, these are my Tour Master Polar Tex. Everybody always asks, so I gotta mention. Look at the styling of this thing. Isn't that just a good looking motorcycle? You know, it's kind of a cruiser, but it's also got some of that classic styling in there. You know, a lot of old and a lot of new put together. I like the chrome up here, the milled heads and the black body, black engine. Then of course, the chrome pipe. I love this big old badge on there. I've talked about these levers before. These are about my favorite levers. I wish I could tell you more about this. I got to get a passenger someday because I really love the way that looks. I still love the way this whole back end looks. You know, motorcycle, at least you don't need a tail tidy because it's already been tidied. Very good. My motorcycle, my 350, has these same tires on it. And I've got about 6,000 miles on mine. And I think of the video I made yesterday, I said that my tires are probably good for another 1 or 2,000 on the rear, and the front is golden. No problem at all. What a beautiful bike. What a beautiful bike. Now, I'm going to kind of do a little hike around here and kind of enjoy the area a little bit. And then we'll head back on the road. We'll try to get another 100, 120 miles on yet today. And I will talk to y'all later. Hey, we have made it back to Baxter Cycle in the mighty Metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. The little hot rod did fine. Did a little over 200 miles on it today. 215, I think, or 220, something like that. A couple things to point out really quick. The muffler, they put this add-on muffler on here, and I think we blew all the stuffing out of it because it's considerably louder now than it was when we started. Step out of the wind here. They did put the DNA intake system on it, the wide opening outlet, and then that pipe, and I think it really helped a lot. It really made a lot of difference. Next thing would be comfort. Very comfortable on the long ride. I think I could ride this bike. I rode over 200 miles today, 100 miles on it yesterday. I think I could ride this. I think I could easily do 400 or 500 miles on this in a day. And I would like to do that. So y'all need to get to baxtercycle.com, click contact us, Jeremy, fuzzy biker, 500 mile ride, Meteor 350. I'd really love to do that for y'all. It'd be a fun ride. Now, if you all are interested in a newer used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, doodads, thingamajigs, sweet googly woogly, anything at all, get yourself down here to Baxter Cycle, right there, in the mighty Metropolis of Marnie, or go to baxtercycle.com. Make sure you tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now, it is a windy day, but I've got another motorcycle ride. If y'all can ride too, get out there and do it. Wahoo!